No, that's gross. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Dusty Mac, and thank you for joining me again on this House of the Dragon reaction series today. Honestly, as you can hear, it's gonna be a little annoying because my air conditioning again went out, and I have to have my portable unit in. I was gonna turn it off just for like this hour, but I did it like yesterday when I was watching something, and I just started like almost sweating immediately. So I'm gonna let them know about that again tomorrow, and they said the next time it does happen, they're just gonna give me a new unit. So this should be the last time that you're annoyed by that. So yeah, I am so sorry you have to deal with that, but so do I. So anyway, guys, last time on House of the Dragon, we got introduced to a whole bunch of new people. The 11th Doctor showed his ass, and he was getting his fuck on a little bit. He's Daemon Targaryen, the king's brother, and the king's wife ended up dying in childbirth. He sacrificed his wife so that his son would live, and his son ended up dying shortly after he was born. That was pretty... That's pretty gruesome. And then also there was like that tournament with a lot of gruesome jousting and fights and stuff, and it's basically kind of setting up the story to be like family going after each other for the throne, almost like a Game of Thrones, if you will. So I'm just really excited to get into this next episode, and if you like these reactions and want to see more, please make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe, and hit that little bell in the corner because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and stream hardly ever. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Patreon is down below, and with the Patreon you're going to get access to these full-length reactions over there, so if that interests you, go check that out. If not, they'll be on the YouTubes eventually. So yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's just go ahead and jump straight into this brand new episode of House of the Dragon. This one is Season 1, Episode 2, The Rogue Prince. Let's do it. It's just the Game of Thrones intro? I like that. Wiener, wiener, dangle wiener, dangle wiener. Oh god, I forgot how hyped this makes me, man. Starting off well. Starting off not so well. God damn it, remember when I told you just picking... Oh, he's still alive!
Commander of Kingsguard.
They were... Obviously they're still alive. They're being eaten to death, but holy fuck. Can you imagine that shit?
Kingsguard must soon be restored to its full complement. I've invited a number of fine candidates to court.
Because he banished his brother.
I want to seize the stepstones by force.
I am not prepared to start a war with free cities.
The losses would be incalculable.
Ooh.
What reason does the crab feeder have to fear us?
If you're not going to go after him, none.
My brother has been allowed to seize Dragonstone for over half a year.
Oh, so this is 6 months later then.
Ships and men are at the ready.
You have dragon riders, father.
9 of them, right? Or 10 of them.
Send us.
I mean, it's kind of like the, what is it called? Like the nuclear deterrent? It's not like they have dragons too, you know?
I only meant that we should at least...
Perhaps there's some better use for the princess.
You mean the queen-to-be? Like, show her respect?
Take the princess to see about the new Kingsguard posting. You should choose.
You know, she has to start to learn this stuff, right? Because she's going to take over for her dad once he dies. Which in this show, could be any second.
Sir Desmond Callan, strong and steady, and recently bought a would-be poacher.
It looks like he's a Hufflepuff, so respect.
How many of these knights have combat experience?
Just one.
Sir Kristen Cole.
I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursion.
That's her man.
I choose Sir Kristen Cole.
Houses such as Crickle and Alistair are important allies of the crown.
So they would sacrifice, like, safety just for allegiances? That's how the power of the crown starts to wane, you know? Like, again, I don't think this council has the king's best interest. I think they're all very selfish, self-centered.
The Dragon Lords lived here, closest to the source of their magic and power.
It is truly wondrous what you've built.
Are they getting a little closer? What if he impregnates her and she has a son? Like, what would Rhaenyra do?
Over 1,000 dragons, glory of old Valyria will never be seen again. Tell me, how is Rhaenyra? I think she might find it difficult to discuss personal matters.
It will take time.
I know.
I wish she would approach me.
I think she would open herself to you if invited. You do have such an easy way about you.
You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra. I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No, Your Grace.
So he doesn't want his daughter to know that... I mean, I know that's like her best friend, but...
Already they tried to marry my father off and replace me as heir.
What if your father were to remarry? He chose you for his heir.
He didn't choose me, he spurned Daemon.
She's basically the queen because of spite. Oh, hello. It's cool that your claw's stuck in my leather chair. Glad to see that. Awesome. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to say hi to the camera? You want to say what's up? I can't see the screen, dude. You want to get down? Kitty! Treats after.
What do I say? It's only for you and the gods to know.
Why you always gotta be so mean to me?
Is that kind of what she said? Why you guys gotta be so mean?
When I wish to talk with him, I must make the effort.
I think that's everybody and their fathers, not just girls and their fathers.
I know tempers ran hot today.
I wish to apologize. It was not my intent to make offense.
As king, it is my obligation to avoid war until such time it is unavoidable.
Might I speak plainly, Your Grace?
I like that everybody is like wearing white to mimic the Targaryen house.
A girl has been named heir to the Iron Throne. The king's brother has claimed the Targaryen seat on Dragonstone without challenge. Now a foreign power has established a colony.
At the moment, the crown is perceived as being vulnerable.
To elude a storm, you can either sail into it or around it, but you must never await its coming.
I like that. That was a good line.
Do you have a specific course of action to propose?
Yeah, send the dragons.
Join our families. Wed our daughter Rhaenyra. With the Targaryen dragons and the Valarian fleet, you can show the realm that the crown's strongest days are ahead, not behind.
I haven't given marriage much thought.
To strengthen your line and produce more heirs.
So they are trying to usurp Rhaenyra's. I'll get these names. I'll get some of the names eventually, but not all of them. But so they're trying to usurp her claim to the throne. Awkward family dinners haven't changed, have they?
We should be free to speak our minds to one another.
I discovered that Sir Criston was the only man among them with true battle experience.
You'll make a fine knight of the King's Guard.
See, he didn't question her opinion. His little finger.
It is our best chance to save the digit.
Oh damn, that's the king. I didn't even notice his finger or his hand.
Will remove the dead flesh and hopefully stop the advance of the rot.
No! No! Holy shit, no, that's gross.
I held an audience earlier today.
He's just sitting with his hand in a... Ugh. I can't see anything else but his hand in the fucking maggot bowl.
The Lady Rhaenyra.
Which one's Lady Rhaenyra? Just a, normal conversation. Hand in a bunch of maggots. It's so gross.
I do fear what Rhaenyra might think.
What does it matter, Your Grace? Her father must propagate the royal line.
These kings try to be progressive, and it's all these old maester fucks that are like, oh, wait a minute. You're the king. You do what you want to do.
My own lady wife. Pain of her passing still haunts me, and to be compelled to replace her for duty's sake, I do not envy you.
So what, he just has to sit in there until the maggots like eat his pinky to the bone? Or until he says ow or something? I don't get that treatment. Maybe that's why they don't use it anymore. Ugh, fucking gross. No.
What was it like?
Like, she's not like Rhaenyra or whatever and her friend, 20s playing young. This girl is a girl. She's really young.
Do you know where Vhagar is now?
Dragon keepers believe she made home somewhere on the coast of the Narrow Sea.
They say it's a sad thing.
I imagine even dragons get lonely.
You can't do
Your
this.
Grace, I would give you many children of pure Valyrian blood.
Is that what your father told you to say?
Yeah, that's a script.
What did your mother tell you?
That I wouldn't have to bed you until I turned 14.
How old is she?
Seat right on that stool, please.
Sure. Yeah, she knows.
It bothers you, does it not?
It should bother everybody.
Lena is your daughter, Princess. Does it bother you?
Of course it does. But I understand the order of things. I'm not sure you do. Whether it's to my daughter or to someone else's, your father will remarry. And when that boy comes of age and your father has passed, the men of the realm will expect him to be heir, because that is the order of things.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
I can't remember. Was Cersei the first queen in Game of Thrones? I honestly can't remember. So I don't know if she never becomes queen.
They bent the knee to me and called me heir to the throne.
Do you remind your father's men of that as you carry their cups?
Good point.
Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne.
She's sowing some doubt.
Seems the realm wants for a new queen.
A good and kind queen will give comfort to your subjects.
She would be a better match, I think, because they've been kind of talking for 6 months or so, but I think she's supposed to be 14 in this. So shit, how old was that other little girl?
Lord Corlys Balarion has offered the hand of his daughter.
Very strong match, Your Grace. She will enjoy your company, as I have. brought you something.
She fixed the dragon. That's wifey material, my grace. Your grace.
Very kind gesture, Alicent.
I've called the small council to an emergency session.
Very well.
Oh, shit.
The prince left a missive.
It is the pleasure of Daemon Targaryen, Prince of Dragonstone, rightful heir to the Iron Throne. He is to take a second wife. Her grace is with child, and is to have a dragon's egg placed in the babe's cradle, in the custom of House Targaryen. Has invited you to his wedding.
He's ballsy.
Who is Lady Mysaria?
We believe
Daemon's whore.
His whore.
I've stolen a dangerous weapon.
I like she's getting a little more authoritative.
Assemble a detachment, Otto.
She should go too. I mean, so even that was just Daemon being a dick to his brother, taking the egg that they got for her brother. They should have sent at least a few dragons, because Daemon has one dragon, and one dragon is worth more than all those ships. Oh, is this where they went and harvested the dragon glass? Where they teleported from here to above the wall or whatever in Season 8? Is my boy.
Welcome to Dragonstone, Otto.
Your occupation of this island is at an end. Relinquish the dragon's egg, disband your army, banish your whore, and...
Where is the king?
His grace would never lower himself.
He was on his way, man. This guy's just kind of fanning the flames.
Sir Crispin, wasn't it?
The Kristen Cole, my prince.
Apologies, I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
Very good.
I think they're gonna be friends, unless he kills him.
Traditions are for the true-born children of royalty.
Lady Mysaria is to be my wife.
This is an abomination. If you soil your name...
The show just gets so much better when Matt Smith is in it.
You've come for the egg. Here it is.
To choose violence here is to declare war against your king.
Wonderful.
And that would be his dragon revving up. Why didn't you guys bring a dragon? Damn, that looks good. Is there another... They did bring it... Is it the princess? Oh, she might fuck things up. Her dragon definitely looks a lot smaller than his dragon, though. Maybe I was just like the perspectives, but... Even Stevens now!
Take care not to startle Syrax, my lords. She's rather protective of me.
Tubi maneri, Nike de Niklas.
Dromon laudigon ao belvitas.
Mazumpilo vule, konir nuhorujos.
Siculant.
Razilari tubi.
So she's not even pregnant? That was just a lie to entice them to come quicker?
I'm right here, Uncle. If you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me. So do it, and be done with all this bother.
Does he actually love her, or is it just... Alright, Daemon, alright? And she just earned a lot of respect. And a dragon egg incubator. See, sometimes you do just need a woman's touch, because like they were just escalating and trying to measure, see whose dicks were bigger. And she comes in and she's like, yo, I got this. Relax. I still don't get though how the king gave him those guards, but now the guards are only loyal to him and not to the king. That, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. I guess it's maybe how militaries worked back then, like you had to go all in on your commander or whatever.
I ensured long ago that I would never be threatened by childbirth.
Good.
You swore to protect me. I have been sold as property more times than I care to count. I didn't come into your service wanting gold. I came to you to be liberated.
From what?
Fear.
You still seem pretty afraid. You still seem pretty afraid.
Rhaenyra Velaryon.
Lord Corlys is your master of ships, and she is the eldest daughter, and she has Targaryen blood.
She is 12.
She will mature.
She looked a lot younger than 12, though.
What if I was to reject Lord Corlys' proposal?
I fear nothing short of a direct line to the Iron Throne will satisfy him.
Who is he to act to me?
No one. If you truly want my unencumbered opinion...
I do.
You should wed Rhaenyra Velaryon, Your Grace.
All y'all need to have a seat.
The princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Dragonstone?
Time to earn your father's respect, I think.
You acted without the crown's leave. You are my only heir.
May I sit?
Wow, she's really taken that advice to heart. She's acting like a queen.
And retrieve the egg without bloodshed.
Yes. Well, I sometimes forget how alike you both were. Your mother's absence is a wound that will never heal. Without her, the Red Keeper's lost a warmth, and I dare say it will never recover.
Pleases me to hear you say this, to know that I'm not alone in my grief.
I know she understands what is now expected of me. I could never replace your mother, no more than I intend to replace you as heir. And our line is vulnerable.
Against who?
Whomever may dare to challenge us.
You should probably let her know about Crabman.
Your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this, just as I do.
I like her. She's gonna be evil by the end of the series. I'm just calling that right now. I hope he doesn't marry that little girl. He should definitely marry Alicent. Because, I mean, he'd still have to wait a few years before he can even try for an heir.
I have decided to take a new wife.
That dude's gonna declare war when he says Alicent.
I intend to marry the Lady Alicent Hightower.
This is an absurdity.
You must marry my 12-year-old daughter.
I am your king.
Yeah, those two are definitely in cahoots. Forgot your little ball.
Rhaenyra.
I'm wondering if Rhaenyra and Alicent, I mean, they seemed pretty close the last episode. So I wonder if they were, you know, in love, and obviously they can't do anything about it at this time.
House Valarian's origins reach back to old Valyria. But unlike the Targaryens, we were no dragon lords. For centuries, my house had to scratch out an existence from the sea. Unlike every other lord of the realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back. I've always thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth. We're both men who have had to cut our own way through the world.
You call me to Driftmark to remind me of my low standing.
I've heard of the troubles in the Stepstones.
Some Mirish prince is feeding Westerosi sailors to the crabs.
But he's denied me.
New nightmare unlocked.
The crab feeder is backed by powerful entities within the Free Cities.
He's got like barnacles on his skin.
The king's failures have allowed him to accumulate strength.
Like crucifying him to poles and shit.
I will not have Driftmark beggared while our king idles himself with feasts.
I will speak of my brother as I wish. You will not.
That's what family is. I hope Daemon goes to the king about this and they take that guy out. And then Daemon will take over his house or whatever. Maybe. I don't know if that's how that would work. But I think Daemon, like he said when he left, the blood of the dragon runs thick. Where? Those are barnacles? Damn. Alright, everybody. That was House of the Dragon, Season 1, Episode 2, The Rogue Prince. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot that kind of went on that episode. It was kind of just mostly world building. We have the Hightower, I think, family who's married to the Targaryen would have been queen, and they offered up their little girl to the king to marry to kind of like enrich themselves and boost like their standing, I guess. But the king definitely felt a little creeped out by talking to her because she was. I mean, it's like a child, a small child. And she's like, "I will give you many children, my lord." It's like, no, dude, don't. You don't need to say that. Don't do that. So the king ended up choosing Alicent, which this episode, right from the beginning, it sets up that it's 6 months later and that she's still going every day, presumably, to talk to the king. And they seemed very familiar, and especially when she gave him that dragon statue, I was like, that's pretty cool. I like their relationship. So yeah, he chose her to marry over the child for some reason. I don't know why you do that. But so he got pissed off and went to talk to Daemon. Because the other big thing in this episode was Rhaenyra going to Dragonstone to try to stop the bloodshed that could have happened. Because, you know, Daemon has a dragon. And they just kind of went there like, "Hey, you give us back that egg. You'll come back with us." Daemon's like, "What the fuck are you gonna do, dude? You have no power here." Luckily, she got there just in time, and she talked to her uncle, and he does still seem like he cares for her, and especially at the end where he's like, "You can't talk about my brother, only I can talk about my brother." That shows that there's still a lot of love there, even though he might be mad at him right now. I think he still loves him, and he's generally looking out for the crown. Maybe he's even doing this to kind of bring out the enemy elements, you know, like this dude who went to talk to him to go against the king. That might be Daemon's play here. I think that's what they're gonna do, which would be awesome because I love Daemon. Even as soon as he was on screen, the episode just instantly got so much better. Matt Smith just has this charisma that just makes you love him. And then of course, you know, his soon-to-be wife who was pregnant wasn't pregnant, so he just basically stole that egg for no reason. Maybe to get the attention of Rhaenyra, maybe? I don't know. But then she went and she started acting like a queen. Like, she wasn't just like meek. She held herself higher, and she was speaking with more authority and refused to be told what to do by, like, you know, the common knights or whatever. And I like that. I like that she's coming into her own. Didn't look like she was happy about the marriage, but maybe she just was blindsided by it. But yeah, overall, it was a decent episode. Kind of slow towards the beginning, but it was just character building, and I like that. Anyway, guys, what did you think of this episode? You got to let me know in the comment box down below. And if you liked my reaction, please make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe, and hit that little bell in the corner because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos in the stream, hardly ever. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Patreon is down below. And with the Patreon, you're going to get these reactions full length. If that interests you, go check that out. If not, they'll be on the YouTubes eventually. So yeah, thank you so very much for joining me, guys. You know I love and appreciate every single one of you. And remember, if you're going to go outside, please wear a mask and don't be an ass. And I will see you next week for some more House of the Dragon. Take it easy, guys.